it's a beautiful Tuesday morning in Lagos, Nigeria, and we're about to take it up a notch in here.
After all, there are different kinds of people in Nigeria. Those who watch Wake Up Nigeria and those who don't.
And the ones who do are about to experience all the goodness that the show has to offer. I'm Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Onyison. And as always, we're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Look us up on TVC Connect. For comments, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
You know, this talk about romantic
talk about
dinner.
ranting.
No, real ranting.
Yeah.
The talk about romantic dinner actually amused me
in
2 ways. On the one hand, I remember a recent trending story of a lady whose husband came home and was like, she has turned the house to a shrine. Why? Because she spent a lot of money buying scented candles.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Put them all over the house. And this man walks in, a typical Nigerian man, and goes, they're worshipping a deity in this house. And that's even that man. There's another one I know of that the man came home after the woman had done a lot of work, heavily pregnant too. And then he goes, who sent you a message?
Oh, goodness
So,
me.
when you hear of romantic
Goodness me.
dinners,
That was so unfair.
You look at Nigerian marriages and you're like, okay.
Well, it
What's
does
happening?
depend on people's background. So Valentine's doesn't trip everybody the same way. So for people like me, you know, I was
wearing red and just peppering your husband, giving him signals.
The preface is last Monday.
Today's not Valentine, wearing red. What's
Yes,
that
you
wear
calm
tomorrow?
down.
I don't understand.
now.
She's been reddening
I
the whole of
just-
February.
The whole of February.
I just feel like people need an extra bit
You're not
of
answering
love.
the question that we
If
asked.
it means I do a little bit more to sort of show some love, any opportunity I get, I'm going to do it. So that's the truth. I
That's
think
Titi, or like some people that were engaged on Valentine's Day and then they don't just like Valentine. They know I'm talking to
Really?
them. Continue.
okay, I have no
Continue.
idea what
Who
it
got
Yeah,
is.
you don't have idea. Just me and the person.
Yeah.
Got engaged on Valentine's.
On Valentine's.
Okay, you're
It's
talking.
very
You know,
cliche.
you know now. We all know the person. She got
But-
engaged on Valentine's Day, but now she doesn't say Valentine. But let's just leave her.
I'm really interested in finding out, you know, what you talked about on social media yesterday.
Okay.
You know, you asked them to do
Yeah,
something.
you know, just a line from your favorite song. Tomorrow we'll probably just a line
So
or two.
sing in a video
oh, yeah,
a line
a line
from your
or
favorite
two.
love song.
Favorite
And
love
put it
song.
out
Still
there.
sing before the end of the week.
And that's how Mike,
Just
that's how
putting
Mike
it out
does.
there.
Mike would never ever give his own answer.
I sang now. Or did I sing?
Mike
What
sang
do you
now.
sing?
I did now.
I can't remember.
Did you sing?
Call of Love now, boys.
yeah,
Joe.
that's true.
Not
not
Boys
Joe.
to Men.
But you didn't
That's
sing
Joe.
But Boys to Men have...
He
Is
said
it
Boys
Boys
to
to
Joe.
Men or Joe?
He said boys to Joe.
Yeah. We're the radio gurus
It's
here.
Joe.
We
It's
know
Joe.
the
It's Joe
answer.
now. It's Joe.
It's
Call of
Joe.
Love is Joe.
But
Call of Love is Joe.
yeah, but did somebody,
Joe, it's
did
not- it's
somebody,
Boys to
has anybody actually been sung to here, like on this card? Has anybody actually sung to you when it comes to this love thing?
Yes.
Not many people
Yes.
get that kind of
It's a
affection.
horrible one if the voice goes Ari, but yes. I've always been a big fan of love letters and romance.
And all those novels, M&B.
No, not necessarily. The
Is it
kind of books I
R&B or-
read are not
Wow.
always, in fact, they're rarely
Is it
so.
R&B or M&B?
No, R&B.
M&B, Joe. Is it M&B?
Mills
Mills and
and
Boone.
Boone. Mills and Boone.
yeah.
And the guys will act like
And
they
James
never
Hadley
used...
Chase.
But James
How
Hadley
many books
Chase...
does that guy have?
James Hadley Chase was action.
But James Hadley Chase was never really about
action.
romance. There were action novels.
But there was romance also. He had
No.
some romance.
No, it was
None.
like James Bond.
Almost all novels have a bit of
Okay, so I
romance
think
in
we're
it.
going a
Just
bit too
spice it
deep
up.
into the topic now. I think we should come back.
Yeah. All right, so Busalami Tunwashe is on the news
Making her
this
debut.
morning. She's making her debut. Hi, Busala.
Good morning. Very well, thank you. Let's start off with the issue of Lassa fever in the country. The federal government has launched a mass vaccination campaign in alliance with the World Health Organization to immunize more than 25 million people before the end of 2018. WHO targets more than 1 million IDPs within Borno State. Now, the campaign is part of a global effort to eliminate the risk of yellow fever come 2026. The trial of suspected Boko Haram insurgents detained in various locations of the country resumed yesterday. A press statement by the Special Advisor to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Melami announced the resumption of the second phase of the trial. The continuation of the trial arose from the conclusion of investigation of over 1,000 suspects as ordered by the court during its proceedings in 2017. The statement said suspects with prima facie cases will be prosecuted, while those discharged will undergo a process of de-radicalization. Two officers of the Nigeria Civil Defense Corps have been found dead in Benue State following a gun battle with armed attackers suspected to be herdsmen. The attack occurred in Guma local government area of the state. Now, the corpses have been taken to the Benue State Teaching Hospital in Makurdi. The news came hours after police confirmed the killing of one of their officers in neighboring Logo local government area this morning. The officer was one of 4 mobile policemen that went missing in an ambush by suspected herdsmen. The Apapa Command of the Nigerian Customs Service has intercepted more than 1,500 cartons of tramadol and other controlled drugs loaded in 3 40-feet containers. Showcasing the seizures, the area controller of the command, Jibril Musa, revealed that the consignment were falsely declared and were imported from India. He explained that the pharmaceuticals were uncovered upon examination by officers who observed that the medicament had no certification and were not included in the customs import list. Making further disclosure, he stated that the arrests have been made and that investigation is ongoing. And locals in Ikole-Ekiti say herders have killed another farmer, bringing the number of such deaths in Ekiti State this year to 3. A community chief told TVC News on the phone that Tunde Olayemi was returning from his farm on Sunday evening when he was ambushed. The chief explained that the companion of the murdered man survived the attack and escaped to break the news. Police have deposited the late Olayemi's corpse at a morgue. And that's all I have for you right now, but I will leave you with the weather focus and you'll go back to Titi and Yomi.
All right, it's time now for the sports update, and Mike is here with all the news from the Champions League and all that's going on.
Of course, thank you very much.
Of course.
Hey, Yomi, good morning. I'm Mike Messicanor. This is sports. Of course, the Champions League resumes today as Basel will take on Manchester City, and of course, in the other match, it will be Juventus up against Tottenham. Of course, both English teams are away and will be looking to better their chances of winning the prize at the end of the season. Of course, that will be in May. So kudos to the English teams there. And of course, other teams, we're looking forward to today and tomorrow's matches. And then moving on from that, Nigeria's Sports Minister Solomon Dalong will receive the first Nigerian male and female runners at the just concluded Lagos City Marathon today in Abuja. Dalong will also present monetary incentives of 500,000 naira each to the winners. Now, the minister made the pledge at the medals presentation ceremony at the end of the 2018 edition of the race. For the second year running, Ilya Pam from Jos was the first Nigerian to cross the line, while Deborah Pam also won in the women's category. Now, the minister will also receive 2 children who completed 22 kilometers and 10 kilometers at the race. He pledged to support their running career with 100,000 naira each. Now, a new champion with a new course record emerged in the race as Kenyans and Ethiopians make a clean sweep. Now, tired of handing the top prizes to East Africans, host Governor Akinwumi Ambode has promised to provide the funding over 2 years to help Nigerian athletes defeat the Kenyans and Ethiopians.
The intention is to take this to the gold level in the next 2 years, and we know we can do this. This is more about the energy of Lagos. I know we're going to do this again next year, and then come Saturday, 9th February 2019, we're going to have a bigger marathon and bigger prizes. I'm tired of giving this old race to the East Africans. So Lagos State is going to commit professional coaches, and then we go to Jos, and then when we come back in 2 years' time, we'll give them a fight for their money.
I would like to partake in the training to do my possible best so that I can able to beat them. Even though today they were not in, I was leading before they come and overtake me in 21 kilometers.
I will be very, very, very happy to achieve that, to have a benefit for that. Because even though now, as you see, I'm still a student from school, you know, as a student, we don't eat good food. And that's the plain truth.
All right, and moving on from that, Sunshine Stars face stiff punishment from the league management company after their fans allegedly attacked match officials following Sunday's goalless draw at home in the Nigerian Professional Football League against Kano Pillars at the Akure Sports Complex. The Owena Waves were frustrated by the visitors in the encounter, who put up a disciplined performance in the game to continue their push for the title. It was the first time Sunshine Stars have failed to record a win at home in the Nigerian Professional Football League this season. Referee Damian Akure and his assistant Emmanuel Apin and Luis Guantana were allegedly attacked after full time by Akure fans unhappy with the match officials' performance in the match. The Akure club have been heavily fined and sanctioned by the LMC in recent seasons due to the unruly behavior of their fans at the Akure Sports Complex. They were banished to the Otumba Depot Stadium, Ijebu-Ode, last season over crowd violence and only returned to the Akure Sports Complex this season. And now I personally think that this is not enough for them. We really have to stamp out violence in football. I mean, it's not because you draw a home match and then you go and attack the officials. Yeah. You should be demoted. I would say that team should be demoted to the next division.
That happens a lot, and I totally agree with that.
That's terrible. We don't need that. Okay, now news that might excite or probably excite a lot of people, including TT and of course Yomi. Former world number 1 Serena Williams made her return to competitive tennis 5 months after giving birth, as she teamed up with her sister Venus for the US team in the Fed Cup. Now, in what was a last-minute change to the billing, as the Americans had already won the tie against the Netherlands, the pair lost the dead doubles rubber 6-2, 6-3. Now, but this was never about the scoreline, as of course I'm here with Ruby Agu. How you doing? Okay, so we're having workout this morning. Yes. What do you have planned out for this morning?
Okay, so we're going to have aerobics this morning, but with a lot of punches.
Punches? All right, and then you have some beautiful ladies here. Hello.
Yeah, my friends.
High five, high five. Just give me high five, high five, high five. Ah, high five, high five. Ah, high five. Yeah, okay, so, all right, take it away. All right, let's see what you have.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Nigeria. Ruby Agu here. So we've got aerobics for you, my friends and I, and there's going to be a lot of punches in it, so let's go. But we're going to warm up first. You know the deal, you know, wake up the central nervous system, get the blood flowing. Now, let's go, warm up. We do this for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to start the workout now. So we start with punching out. Punch, punch. Pretend you're a boxer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, speed bag to the left. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Speed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to tap out in the middle. Tap, 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 tap. Now uppercut. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go. Left, uppercut. Like I said, pretend you are a boxer. Let's go. Crunch your oblique. When you're uppercutting, you just crunch, you know. Uppercut, you crunch. Uppercut, you crunch. Uppercut, you crunch. Let's go. Now, we're going to do speed bag on the right side. Let's go. 2, 3, and go. Speed bag. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. To the center, tap out. Tap, 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 and tap. Now, we're going to do something called the hook. Like this. Again, pretend you're a boxer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do a little knee workout. Are we ready, ladies? Okay, 1, 2, now, like this. Watch me. Are we ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, left leg, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to do punch out. Jab. It's called the jab. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to double it now. Double time. Punch out.
Okay, cool one. So, at the end of this, at the end of this, what were you able to achieve with all of this?
It's actually a total body workout, aerobics, you know, and all the punching actually helps with resistance.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies. It was great having you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
so
you
now
for having us.
let's head to the kitchen. Of course, Titi is on standby with Chef making her debut. When you call her there, I guess that's name. What do you guys have for us in the kitchen this morning?
Hi. Finally, we're in the kitchen. I know this is some people's favorite part of the show, and I'm pleased to introduce Chef Oyade.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
She is the CEO of Oyade's Kitchen. Her first time on the show, and of course, we're excited to see what she's going to be making for us today. What exactly is it that you're making for us today?
All right, so my favorite thing in the world, my favorite two things is plantain and prawn. So this morning I would be working on plantain, prawn, and pasta. So I will be cooking pasta and prawn dodo.
Pasta and prawn dodo?
Yes.
Okay, so we've heard of geese dodo before.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of prawn dodo. So where did this come from? Is it just somewhere deep in your heart? Just decided to pull it out of there?
Yes, just somewhere. I just pulled it out, yes.
Okay, so let's go over the ingredients, shall we?
Okay, so we have our prawn. This is also prawn.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is our bell pepper.
What's the difference between the two prawns? Tell us.
No significant difference at all. This is just bigger and this is smaller.
Okay, so this is the king prawn.
Yeah, this is the king size prawn. Yeah, the king size prawn.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is just the smaller prawn.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
so
they're fresh.
Yes, fresh.
Not frozen.
Yeah, they're fresh.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah. So these are my bell peppers, and I have my pasta. I have my cooking oil. I have my plantain. I have my seasoning cubes. I have my Cameroon pepper, ginger and garlic. I have lemon. I have in this, I have tomato, pepper, tatashe, and onion.
Okay, so the tomato, pepper, tatashe, how did you blend this? Was it just normal blender or you went to the market?
Yeah, I blended it with the blender.
Okay.
So I just roughly blend it. Some people like it to be smoothly blended, but I decided to make mine roughly blended.
Okay, so what's the first thing you did here? Because I can see the bell peppers look a little different.
Yeah. I decided to make mine strips. You can decide to do anything you want. I just want the color to be pronounced. Okay. That's the reason why I'm doing this as strip.
Okay.
So this.
All right. So you just basically diced it into strips.
Yes.
So what's the first thing we're going to work on this morning?
We're going to work on the plantain first.
All right. So where's our knife? Okay. Let's get our knife. Have one here. Yeah. Okay. You have one.
Yeah, I have one here.
Okay. Fantastic.
So.
I'm trying to imagine how this is going to look, and what type of pot are we using? Are we using a pot? Are we using a pan?
I'm going to use a pan.
A pan,
yes.
Like a flat frying pan?
Yes.
Okay, let me find one for you.
think I have one right here. Large or small?
It can be medium.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So what's going to happen to the plantain now?
Yeah, I'm going to cut it in cubes. You can decide to cut it anyway, but because of the size of the prawn, for presentation purpose, it's usually better for the size of the plantain to be equal with the prawn.
Okay.
It's just for presentation purpose.
All right. So not exactly small, but not exactly big.
Big, yes. Exactly.
Everybody loves fried plantain.
Yes.
Me especially.
I'm a lover of plantain too.
I really want to see this process. Let me rinse this out. Okay. Is there anything that's going to go into the pan?
I'm going to eat the oil.
Okay. Hold on a bit. There's still a bit of water in there. Okay. I just did a very Nigerian thing there, flicking the pan. Very. But that is so not allowed in the kitchen. I can imagine my mom watching now. She'll be like, well, I've always warned you, don't flick the pan like that, you know. But is this something you make every day?
I make gizdodo more.
Okay.
Yes, I make gizdodo more.
Is there a particular reason why you make gizdodo more than this? I thought this was
There's no reason. Actually.
Are you sure it's not because of the price? How much is the price?
This is more expensive than...
That's what I'm talking about. So I guess gizdodo will be more affordable for the average person,
yes,
right?
Yes, gizdodo is more affordable.
Okay. All right, so while you're doing that, I guess we can start warming the oil, am I right?
Yes, we can.
All right, so how much of this goes in here? A little?
A little. Just for frying the plantain.
Tell me when to stop?
Yeah, you can continue.
Keep going?
Yes. Yes, that's enough.
All right, fantastic. I think we have enough oil there. That's about 2 cups of oil that was in this plate. And I guess we just let that warm up. Do you need me for anything? Like, do you need me to do anything for you?
No.
You sure?
Yes, for now.
No? Okay, so we leave the prawns as they are. I noticed that there was some ice in the water.
Yeah, it's just to stop it from getting spoiled.
So are you saying that leaving it out on the table for just, what, 30 minutes?
Yes, can spoil. Spawn.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. I've learned something new now. I'll be getting my ice out of the freezer when I'm doing this. Okay, so we have to go on a short break now, but when we return, Yomi is going to be having a conversation with Chris Ero, all about weight loss. I'm going to be listening.
Welcome back. Now, weight loss is a battle that a lot of people can identify with, but there are truths and, of course, untruths about weight loss. And of course, these things are going on out there. People are, taking on new diets every single day. Now, joining us to debunk some of these myths surrounding weight loss is Chris Ero. Now, she is the convener and CEO of Well Baby, an organization that is concerned with the wellness of the home and society at large. She's also a wellness expert, and she's perfect to talk about our topic this morning. Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Hi, Yomi. I'm doing
Looking
great.
well, looking nice. So, let's go straight to some of these myths that people experience about weight loss. So weight loss is actually a serious concern that many people have.
Yeah.
And so, just like when anybody has a serious concern, they go looking for help. But a lot of the things that people actually encounter on a daily basis are myths. So can we talk about some of these myths? For instance, let's start with the most common myths that we've always known since the 80s. Going to the gym or working out or jogging helps you lose weight. Does it?
You know, it's when you take it out, when you say it like that, it doesn't really, right? Because when you're doing wellness, it's not just one thing that makes you well. It's a combination of so many things that you do. Now, when you go into the gym for 1 hour, scientists have actually proven that it's easier for you to lose weight when you focus on intense workouts for 15 to 30 minutes. Yeah. You have people who actually practically live in the gym. 1 hour, they do strength training, they do endurance training, they do all that stuff, right? It actually does not help you lose weight, which is funny because it's counterproductive. Now, what such people do is they tend to forget that their diet actually matters. you're doing the weight, I mean, you're in the gym, you're working out, you're not eating right, you're practically not doing anything, really.
Wow.
Have you not noticed people who go to the gym all the time and you see them, they just look the same?
Yeah, I've seen people like that, especially people who, I mean, in my estate, I see a lot of people who jog every morning.
You know, the challenge,
but, you know,
the challenge a lot of people face when it comes to issues of weight loss is that they tend towards fad, right? Whatever it is that is reigning at that particular point, everyone jumps at it. Yeah. But when it comes to weight loss, it's a very individual exercise. It's a very individual process. Yeah.
Let's talk about fads, because that's that's the next myth that I wanted to go into. Talking about diets, a lot of people feel one size fits all. No. So suddenly there's a new diet in town and everybody's jumping at it, and everybody says, oh, I'm on a keto diet, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So is it going on a diet, is that a myth, or is not a myth?
I personally am not a fan of diets. I'm not a fan of dieting, basically because the way diets are being run now is you need to forego a particular type of food. Yeah. All right, and it doesn't make sense because every single type of food has a purpose in your body. Now, there's a very popular one that tells you do not eat carbs at all, right? That's the keto. They tell you not to eat carbs. You focus mostly on cabbages. You focus mostly on cabbages. You are taking swallow, you're using cabbages because cabbage, of course, is a type of carbohydrates, but it's light carbohydrates. But what they are failing to realize is you're depriving your body of that basic ingredient, right, that you need for your metabolism. And yet you're telling people to go ahead and exercise. You're telling people to go ahead, go to the gym, do your walks, do your, cardios and stuff like that. Of course, a lot
of people complain about lethargy.
But without the energy. So what happens is, because what you're supposed to be burning when you're doing the exercises, when you're working out, is fat, all right? And then the carbohydrates actually help you with the fat. But when you, and that's another thing, because people don't eat fat. They tell you that, okay, don't eat fat at all, because when you eat fat, you pile up, which is not true. A lot of people might not believe that, but it's not true. Now, when you do not take carbohydrates, when you do not take fat, what your body now does is it breaks down your protein.
Right.
All right? So it breaks down your protein. It now becomes a very counterproductive activity that you're participating in.
I've seen people who are on that diet and then they experience, some of them say that they experience weakness, general body weakness.
General body weakness, they have joint pains.
Exactly, some of them feel sick.
Some people have actually, their back, they have problems, there and there because they focus on the wrong things. Right. Now with weight loss, when you're dieting, it's not about not eating a particular meal. It's about eating everything. I tell people, when you're losing weight, you can actually eat what you want to eat. You can, what you love eating. I tell my clients that what you love eating, eat it. But eat it with wisdom. Eat it from a position of, I love myself, all right?
Well, we'll come to some of these solutions that you're talking about, especially with regards to what you eat and how you eat it. But one myth that of course, usually hear is children don't need to lose weight.
And
is
that's
that
funny.
a myth?
That's funny. We recently had this focus on children, childhood obesity, right? And nobody believed for a second that there was such a case, which is very strange because silently, obesity is creeping up on us, right? If you notice, there are more and more children who are piling up the pounds, right? They're becoming more sedentary. They watch TV, they're on the devices, right? And they eat processed food, they eat junk food. And that's because of the parents. Parents have become more busy, and then they are relegating their duties to whoever, and then they just go for the shortcuts, all right? Okay, you're okay, fine. Just go get yourself a burger or get yourself some, some snacks or whatever the case may be, without thinking of the child's health. So are you
supposed to control your child's portion?
You have to control your child's portion.
All right, so let's talk about let's talk about weight loss as a regimen now, a lifestyle. What are you supposed to do on a daily basis to ensure that you lose weight consistently?
What you need to do on a daily basis is ensure that you watch the portions of what you eat. Now, it's been proven that the less carbohydrates you take, the more protein you need to make up for the, you know, for the vacuum. Now, what the protein does is it gives you a feeling of fullness without actually giving you weight, without actually adding to the fat, unlike carbohydrate, because carbohydrate is broken down to starch, and we all know what starch does to the body. It even spikes up your insulin, which you don't need. And we also know that insulin helps, you know, insulin helps with weight increase, and you don't need that at all. So what you need to do is, you're in the process of losing weight now. What you need to do is look at what you eat. 80%, 60% actually, 60% protein, 20% fat, and then 20% carbohydrates. What that means is have more, proteins. I mean, and they are so easily affordable. You can find them everywhere. You have beans, you have different types of meat. People think that you cannot eat red meat if you want to lose weight, but that's another myth. You can actually eat red meat, but pair it with healthier kinds of meat, you know. And another reason why we tell people that do not deprive yourself of what you like is this: when you're eating and you're not enjoying what you're eating, right? You're not enjoying what you're eating, you find that it's easier for you to fall off the wagon.
Right. Thank you so much, Chris. I mean, this is a conversation that I know we should continue on social media. So if people want to get in touch with you, that's at Chris Ero. Yeah, at Chris Ero Wellness Junkie. That's on Instagram, and then Twitter at KRSIam. All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you so much for having me. You'll be checking our weight every few months on the show. All right, we'll head on over to Mike and Dave for tech. Dave will be telling us what to do when your phone gets missing. Hey, Mike.
All right, thank you very much, Yomi. You've said it all. Let's get straight to it because we want to do as much as we can with the time we have. Great to have you back, Dave. Nice to be back. Happy New Year. Okay, right, cool. So our phones actually get missing at different times. Maybe in the house, domestic missing. Then there's the public missing and all of that. But then, what are the steps to take to ensure that if it's missing, you can find it back?
Especially when the notification is muted. Okay. Or the phone is on silent.
That's a major issue.
And it's tucked in somewhere in your sofa. You know your phone is around, but you don't know how to locate it. You don't know where exactly it is. So how do you get to call the line and have it ring so that you can, you know,
even when it's on silent.
Even when it's on silent. All right. You go to, for Android phones though, you go to android.com /find.
All right, like you can see on the video that we'll show you across now. You go to android.com /find. Okay.
All right, you put in your Gmail address.
Your Gmail address.
Which you used in setting up the phone. It has to be the Gmail address you use in setting up your Android phone.
Your Android phone.
All right, you put the Gmail address, you put in your password. Okay. All right, when you log in, a map is presented to you of the precise location of where your phone is.
Wow, did you get that? Did you just get that? Now, this is quite cool. This is for Android. Maybe some other time we'll talk about Apple. iOS. But now we're looking at Android. So, once again, android.com /find.
Yes.
Okay, and then it will show you the exact, you put in your Gmail address which the phone was registered. What if your location on the phone is not turned on? What if you don't have the location turned on? It doesn't matter.
As long as the phone is on.
As long as the phone is on.
Yeah, you have it. You have it on the map.
The exact place.
Absolutely. And then, of course, you click on the sound. Okay. It rings out for 5 minutes.
Okay, that's what we can see there now, like as though if it's stuck in the sofa. In the sofa. Like you can see now there. Yes. So it rings out now the way it's going now.
Right
not
now
just vibrating.
It's on vibrate, so you can't even hear it if it's ringing. Okay, so you click on that.
All right.
To, unlock it.
All right.
Now, you can use this facility to lock and unlock the phone. So maybe it's missing. It's not in the house, but you're not sure.
All
right. So you want to lock the phone so that nobody
can have access to it.
Oh, this is cool. Access your pictures and all of that. You can lock the phone. And one more thing, you can erase the content
of the phone
remotely with this facility.
Why would I want to erase the content of my phone? Okay, so that somebody else does not have access to it or they don't hack it or something.
So you know the phone is gone.
It's gone.
You can't retrieve it anymore. But you have some very important stuff on it. You don't want anybody else to have access to those stuff.
Okay.
You erase it.
How do you do that?
You click on the erase. There are 3 menu items you get to see. You see sound, which will make it to ring out. You see lock.
All right, that's the side. That's the side there.
Yes.
Android.com /find, which you just mentioned. So you check out that place, that side. Okay. All right.
You have
you have these options in that particular site. Okay.
Make the phone ring, to lock the phone, and of course to erase the content.
To erase the content. Yes. Wow.
But the beautiful thing is that it actually shows you on the map where your phone is. So if your phone is in the next room or is exactly where you are, it's going to show you on the map where the phone is. Now, if you have a child and you want to know where your child is, if you have the email address and of course the phone
that the child is with,
yes, and the password,
and you need to have the password.
You need to have the password.
That might be a little bit harder.
Yeah, so but then you use that to log in. And you'll be, of course, if it's your child, you should have
the password. Because all these kids, man, they can do many things. I don't know how many parents they have passwords of their kids, but I get what you're saying. Now, what if perchance the phone is, say, Oshodi, on my way back from Oshodi or something? If I was in a commercial bus or something, and then I dropped the phone there, you know, and I go home, can I still use this method to find it?
Absolutely. You will be able to track real time. If the phone is moving, you see the phone actually moving. Real time.
Now this is quite cool. This is quite cool.
You get to see the phone, the trajectory of the phone, the path of the phone. You're going to be seeing it right there live on the map. And so you can actually track it. You can call the line. Okay, now you know your phone is not switched off because it's moving. You can see movement. Okay, so you know it's not. So you call your number. So if the person is not picking it, that means this person is not willing to give you your phone. So you lock it up.
You lock it up. Now, what if the person takes off the SIM from the phone?
As long as there's internet access.
And what if the person changes the email? That becomes an issue?
It becomes an issue at that point. Because at that point, you've been locked out of the phone.
I locked out of the phone. But great. I love what you just said now. So, key points from our discussion today. Android.com/find. That's the website you need to take note of and use. You know, that's for Apple. The next time you're coming, you're going to talk about iOS. That's for Android, pardon me. Next time you're coming, you're going to talk about iOS.
Absolutely.
But that's great. Thank you very much. I've learned something today, and I hope you also have learned something out there. All right. It's always great to have you, Dave.
Nice to be here.
All right, so we'll go on a break now, and when we return, of course, we will head over to the kitchen. I would love to see the progress with Chef Oyinade and, of course, Titi.
And we're back. Chef Oyinade has been busy, and well, she has to let us know where she is now. So what has happened since we left you here, Chef?
Okay, so presently the plantain is still frying, and the water for the pasta is boiling.
Okay.
In this water, I have oil and salt.
Okay.
So we are going to wait for it to boil before adding in the pasta.
It looks like it's bubbling. I don't know. You're waiting for it to boil.
Yeah, I need it to boil. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
All right.
So
what's next?
Prawn. We want to talk about prawn.
Okay.
So basically, prawn, it's protein, and then the shell is calcium. The shell, the outside is calcium. Okay. So some people can also eat it with the shell, depending on what you like. But I like it with the shell, and I can also eat it without the shell. Okay. So today I will also be using ginger and garlic. It's very healthy. I use it in almost all my meal. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to be using Cameroon pepper is basically just because of the spiciness. I'll be using it to cook the prawn.
Okay.
Then lemon, just for the citrus feel, nothing more.
So are you slicing the lemon? Or
yeah, I'm going to slice it, yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking at these prawns now. So the prawn has a particular color. Okay. I'm used to seeing prawns look a little bit pinkish.
Okay.
You know, why are they this color?
Yeah, because they are fresh.
Okay, so it's what, straight from the water?
Yes, this is fresh. So this is straight from the water. The ones that are pink, probably they've been inside the freezer or something.
Okay.
So I guess that's why they are pink. Or maybe probably after cooking it. Yes, it changes color after cooking it. So
okay. So these prawns have the shell on and these have the shell off.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. This is going in to the prawn dodo. Okay. That's the reason why the shell are off. I'm still going to deshell this, but that will be later in the program.
I really want to see that deshelling process. Are you sure you couldn't just deshell it for us right now? I want to see how you do that right now because of time. Just show us how to deshell the prawn.
So first, you remove the head.
Okay. Wow, these are really big prawns. Okay. So you remove the head of the prawn.
Prawn, yes.
Okay.
And then I would still like a little bit of shell in it, so I'm going to leave the tail part. I'm just going to remove
the back.
The back, yeah. Just half of it.
So, if you don't mind me asking, which market did you get these?
I got it from Makoko Market.
Makoko?
Yes.
It's amazing. We had one of our producers in Makoko Market recently.
They sell a lot of fresh foods and at cheap prices too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So is this a hard job? Is this hard or is this really easy? Because it looks like...
It's easy. It's not really hard.
So that's done? That's the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please, sorry.
So what am I looking out for on the plantain?
I need it to be golden brown.
So this one never reach?
No.
This is what so this is how I serve my plantain. This is the color I like. So you want it to be darker than this? The
reason why I want it to be a bit drier than this is because this sauce, this mixture, pepper mix, will be going in it. And if it's not dry enough, it can soak and then it will get too soft.
Okay, yes, so you don't want the plantain soft?
To be too soft.
Okay, all right then.
So then, back to this.
Okay.
And there's this vine that you remove from this.
The vein, yeah?
The vein, yeah.
Okay. So you're, in essence, deveining it?
The vein, yeah.
But funny enough, I don't think I devein much, you know, whenever I'm eating prawns. Or cooking prawns, rather. But is there a particular reason why you are doing it?
No, it's just to make it clean.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, that's all.
Okay. All right, so that's how it's supposed to look once it's ready to be cooked?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I guess we can keep going with that. I'm not sure if the water is boiling yet.
Yeah, it should have been enough now.
Okay, all right. So this is supposed to go in. I'm thinking because you have prawn on your hands, I should help you.
Okay.
But what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I don't want you to break it, so...
Just put it in the water?
Yes.
Okay. Right there. All right. I remember another of our chefs saying that they don't like to break it, but I want to hear your reason.
No, no reason. I just, sure, you know, when on adverts, we see little children sucking the prawn, the pasta. So basically, that's the reason why I just leave it. I just like, I like it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm always worried when the pasta is hanging out of the pot. I don't know why.
Yeah, when it gets soft,
then
you just push it in.
Okay.
Yes.
It's getting softer, little by little. All right. Okay, so we are gonna have to move on with the cooking while you head over to Mary now. Mary has some entertainment news for you. And, well, hopefully I'll be able to get this spaghetti into the pot before we head over to entertainment news. The plantain is beginning to smell really nice, I have to say, and it's crisping up.
I think it's okay now.
For those that like unripe plantain, can this recipe still work for them?
Yes, depending. Yes, it should.
Unripe plantain?
Yes, unripe plantain, depending on what you like.
Okay.
But it works.
All right.
Yeah, I think this...
My pasta is almost in the pot.
This is...
And I believe I can put the cover on just about now. Yes.
It's time to wake up and get your day going.
And you're tuned to yet another episode of your favorite breakfast show. The favorite all over Nigeria, by the way.
You know how it is. We like to keep you armed with information, and that's why we have Janet Adetu joining us to show us how to get that romantic setting for that dinner for two.
Yes, Yomi, you should learn a lot from this.
I should.
Yes.
I should, yeah.
Better use all this information very well. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So there are a lot of online comedians these days, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's a shortcut to get your stuff out there.
Yeah.
Is it a shortcut?
It is.
You.
Well,
it's work.
It's relatively, because you can stay in your house and just shoot a video, especially if you are able to mimic, you know, several accents.
But it's expensive,
and all that,
though.
You know, apart
It's quite
from that,
expensive.
you see, a number of these guys, you see them when he thinks, oh, this guy has been, we'll talk to him. But he's been doing this for a very long time. He tried different characters, and this was the one that just came out.
Yeah.
But before now, he has had a number of characters. He said he had to go back and delete some of the videos of the previous characters.
like-
So it's not so, it's not just that.
It's like the hustle is real.
It is real. It is real. You know, somebody be like, of course, without any, I'm not trying to promote some form of laziness or something like that, but then in almost everything you have to do to get to the top of anywhere.
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
A lot of
Which,
work.
Yeah, you have to
Speaking
put
of
it.
hard work, we're happy to see some of our viewers working out with us this morning. If you didn't know, from now on, our workout is live and open to the public.
Every single day.
Every day. So if you are planning to go and pay one gym, I beg, stop it. Come here. We have instructors for you to get back in shape.
Unless, of course, you want to do the 1 hour, 2 hour type
You
of
think
workout.
about it.
then,
Yeah,
you know,
well,
probably would have to join a
not
gym.
everybody wants to do that.
No. I get
Everybody
where
wants
he's
that
coming
little-
from, because you see, it's okay. Maybe you know what happens. You take pointers from here. That's what the 5 minutes here can do.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes you get, and then when you go back, you take pointers. But then you're on TV while you do it. So,
Yeah.
Hey, come on, you're a star already. You don't want to take some photo.
You know
And it's
something?
absolutely free, by the way.
For me, workout has always been. It would be nice to have a dance session as workout.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm much of a dancer, but at the same time, growing up, I was so skinny, and what helped me was, despite my huge love for food, I'm a foodie anytime, any day.
Yeah.
Dancing helped. Now, I've not been able to dance because when I get home, I'm exhausted. I've had a long day. So what do? I can walk from here to Oshodi.
Wow.
My mom is saying that.
Goodness me.
But I love walking.
Yeah.
Like I walk long. That's my form of exercise.
So long distance
Long
walking, that's
distance
really
walking.
good.
I just keep
That's
going,
very good.
keep
There's
going.
actually a story of a lady I know that used to walk all the way from Bariga to Oshodi every day. And she used to do the walk to lose weight. And by the time she lost like, almost 20 kilos.
Wow.
And by the time she lost, everybody was asking, say, "Lai, what did you use?" No, it was just that dedication. She was walking and walking and walking. She didn't run. She didn't jog. She was just walking, and it was really,
Many people don't know the benefits.
effective.
There are actually so many benefits to walking. It actually, apart from helping you to lose weight, you keep fit and a whole lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits in walking.
Welcome back. So, yes, the time we ladies have been waiting for is just a few hours away. Yes, a day away. And a romantic, intimate dinner for two is something you can just never go wrong with, especially if you know just how to go about setting up the scenery. So joining us to take us through the steps of setting up a table for two is Janet Adetu. She's an expert in corporate protocol, professional image, personal performance, and of course, leadership development. She's also a Cherie Blair Foundation mentor. Teach me something. Janet, welcome to the studio.
Yeah, thank you so much, Titi. Wow.
All right, so what exactly do we have set up here?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, you know, dining is a very important part of living.
Of course.
Apart from being fit and staying well, it's really the best way you can build relationships and have good conversations and make friends, you know. So it's really about, whether it's with your spouse, your partner, or friends, it's really an important part of everyday life. Okay, so it's really more about, let's say this is Valentine's Day and you really don't feel like going out, especially this year that it's all about football.
Yeah.
All right, so why not make the use of your home? And it's not about how expensive the whole setup is. You can be cheap and cheerful. Use what you have. I must say that for every lady, it's really important that you try to invest in good crockery. So we have a set of plates here, nice china plates. It's Valentine's. You're not going to bring out your old plates. Try to bring out your best plates.
The best plates
at this point in time, because you really want to give him a treat, right? So, so right here we have a whole lot of stuff here. We have what we call a charger.
So this is a charger plate,
It's
I
a
hear.
charger plate. It's not, you know, I always ask people, do you know what a charger is? And they say, yeah, to charge your phone. No. It's really just to set the tone of color and theme. And it's just for you to lay your plate down rather than you just putting the plate down directly.
On the table.
What we're going to do here today is lay out a very simple setting for what people mainly have in the house. And then we do one that is a little bit more complicated if you want to go the whole 9 yards.
All right, so can we set it up right here?
Yeah.
Let's set it up right there. Yeah, so let's
2 plates right there.
So let's start with the simple one here.
Okay.
This is the charger, okay? And like I mentioned before, we have this charger. We want to do the simple meal, maybe a 3-course meal. You want to do just pepper soup, the main dish, and maybe you want to have some ice cream after. Okay. You know, and basically what we're going to do is just to lay it out, just to make it nice.
So the differences in the plates, I guess, is important.
Yes. Before I even start with the plate, let's even start with the tablecloth.
Oh.
You have your table setting at home.
Yeah.
Then you look for a nice tablecloth, one that's a little bit fancy, you know. I've added some red pebbles just to give it the romantic red color theme of Valentine's Day. All right. And you can see I've added red, and my theme really is gold and red.
Okay. So have a theme.
Have a theme. So it's gold and red for today. You can see the plates also have some gold trimmings as well. Yeah. It's all about the ambience, making the ambience nice and conducive and, you know, welcoming at the end of the day. So I have my charger here.
Okay.
This is the one we're going to use for dinner. Okay. Being the dinner plate is the first one that sits on the charger normally because it's the biggest. Okay. And it's normally round. If you have a round charger, use a round plate. Otherwise, it will fall off. Okay.
So if you have a rectangular or square charger, you use probably a
something
rectangular.
that will fit the charger so that it doesn't look awkward and it doesn't fall off. The next plate that goes on is because we're having a 3-course meal. So under normal circumstances, we have the main dish, And with soup, you really want a dipped bowl. So that the soup will stay inside. It's liquid, right? The soup bowl should actually also go on top like that.
But there's another plate under the soup bowl.
Yes, so that if you're drinking soup and you put this direct, sometimes, because you're going to eat direct from here, there's a possibility that soup can spill on this and dirty that plate. So I always say, whenever you have a soup bowl, have another smaller plate underneath it so that when you take it away, your plate underneath is still fresh and clean.
All right.
Okay? So there you go. Put it like that.
3 plates right there.
3 plates right there.
So everybody has challenges with the
cutlery. Yes.
So I think we could start with showing them how
So under normal circumstances, if you want to have a good, proper table setting, always have on the left-hand side of wherever you're sitting, the plate for bread. So whether we're having soup or salad, we always like to have our bread. So to make life more simple, of course, your table, the ambience should have some color, some candles burning to light it up. But I'm going to say it's soup. So the first cutlery we must lay out is the soup spoon. And for many reasons, let's just show the difference between the two. One is very, very round and one is oval. This is a soup spoon, and ideally the other one, which most of us are used to, is usually used for fruit or cereal.
So the soup spoon obviously is the deeper one.
It's the deeper one and the rounder one. So we have a soup spoon sitting on the outside, and then because we want to make it very simple, we're having soup, we're having main course, and we're having maybe some ice cream. I want to say that when we're setting out our knife and fork, we choose the biggest of the knife and fork for our main dish. And this sits, your knife is always on the right-hand side, and your fork is always on the left-hand side. So don't switch it. Even if you're a left-hander, it still means that you must have, you know, your fork on your knife on the right and the fork on the left, and you always use those like that. This is a simple setting. Soup, our main dish, and then maybe we want to have ice cream, then we bring that out later. But I'll show you that in the more complicated stuff. This is the simplest of all. Just make sure that you have your candles, you have your theme. Now I want to add the glasses to this because it's incomplete without the glasses. Now I have a big round glass like this. Now some people will say this is a wine glass. Actually it isn't. It's usually used for water or
goblet.
Juice. Yes,
I heard the word goblet.
So you want to have something for water. If you are into wine for the occasion, you would have your wine glass. And one is smaller than the other. Of course, the larger one is for red, and the smaller one is for white wine. If you want to just make it look really, really, really fancy,
just put them all together.
Put them all together. And of course, finally,
the champagne glass.
If you do want a bit of bubbly for the occasion, you should always have your champagne glass added, and it sits at the back of the setting. So that's as simple as it can get. Make sure the food is very nice.
Let me see if I got this right.
Yes.
So the large
goblet is for water.
And it usually sits closest
to the plate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then the smaller wine glass is for white wine.
Yes.
The larger one for red wine.
Yes.
And then this, of course, is the champagne
It's for the
glass.
champagne. And as you can see, it's tall to make sure that the champagne stays well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic.
So let's complicate it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. We want to go the whole 9 yards, and we want to have more than just soup and the main dish. Okay. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to add what we would have. This would probably be for your ice cream.
Okay.
Okay.
The smaller bowl.
Yes, for the ice cream.
Okay.
We're now going to add to the cutlery. Now, I initially showed you before a very big knife and a very big fork.
Yes.
Now here, there's two. The
All
big fork and the big knife is for the main dish.
Yeah.
The small fork and the small knife is for your salad.
Oh, wow.
And salad usually comes after your soup. And likewise, again, I'm going to add a small knife.
Yeah. To stay beside the big knife.
soup.
Okay.
So soup comes first, then the salad, then the main dish.
Okay.
Then here on the outer lane, because we're having salad before the main dish, the salad fork stays on the outside lane. Now you might want to now decide that you're having a 5-course meal.
Oh, wow.
We will need to add extra knife and extra fork.
For a 5-course meal.
For a 5 or 6-course meal. If you really want to treat him that well. And I would say because you're going the whole 9 yards, I wouldn't use plain glasses.
Okay.
I would now go for crystal.
Okay. Which are
There you go.
these?
Yes. So this is a normal water glass or juice.
Okay.
Again, you can also use this for wine or juice.
Okay.
And then you have your champagne goblet.
So
right
you just
there.
spiced it up
Now, just to add,
Yeah.
if you want to do a full table setting, if you're having salad, you have to have a very small spoon and a very small fork.
For dessert.
For dessert. And it's always set, spoon again in your right hand and fork again in your left hand.
As quickly as possible, let me see if I can put on this last candle here.
So remember, when you're eating, don't
Yeah.
talk with your mouth full.
Okay.
And we don't want any elbows on the table while you're eating.
Okay.
Ladies, this is not the time to start scratching your hair
Oh,
while you're
wow.
at the table, okay? And no
Okay.
slouching, you know, and have good conversation and enjoy the Valentine's experience.
Okay.
Of course, you may add light music with your candles,
Okay.
okay? And I would always say I add a little bit of decor to my side. I put sweets inside, and I have that just to make it little dainty.
Very cute. All right,
And of
so
course, there you go.
now that we've put the
But
candles
let's not
on,
forget one more thing.
we have
The
two
meal is
candles on here.
incomplete without the napkin.
Okay.
And the napkin always has napkin holders, which can be different. You can have the red, you can have the white, you can have the ring ones. And it's very simple.
Okay.
If I were to demonstrate, you have your white napkin. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I made these myself. I bought white material, made a tablecloth, and I cut smaller sizes for the napkin. Just hold it in the middle like this.
All
Okay.
right.
You have your napkin ring like this. Just put it right in there.
Okay.
And there you
So,
go. As simple as that.
Thinking we could put on these gold candles too,
Wow.
as quickly as possible.
Wow.
Yes. So as soon as we do that, you can see exactly how this table setup actually looks.
Right.
So this is more romantic than ever.
Than a restaurant.
Oh, it is. And this could be in my home, really.
Yes.
I'm thinking we should turn out the lights. Can we turn out the lights to see how this looks? See how romantic it's going to look? Let's see. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So it does look very interesting what we've been able to achieve.
And the red pops up the color, so it looks
beautiful. Yes. Amazing. Yeah. So I wish we could continue this. I think we should continue this conversation later on. Send us a picture of your table setting on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. We have to take a break now, but we will be back in the kitchen. And we're back in the kitchen with Chef Oyade. I have a feeling this meal will look very nice on our table setting that we just put together. But tell us what you've been up to.
Yes, so this is the pasta. It's ready already. So what I basically added in is just salt and oil. And the reason why I'm putting oil is just to stop it from stickiness.
Okay.
And then this, we already have our prawn dodo is ready. Okay. So basically what we have in it is just our pepper, bell pepper, we have the prawn, we have the dodo in it. We also have our ginger and garlic.
So all you did was basically stir fry it?
We had to cook the pepper first.
Okay.
Yes, then I put the bell pepper later on because I like the crunchiness in it. Okay. So that was why I added the bell pepper later on.
Okay, fantastic.
So yeah, I have my king size prawn.
Okay.
Yeah, I cooked it in lemon, and the reason why is just for the citrus feel. And then there's also Cameroon pepper in it.
So in this water now, what did you put?
Yeah, I have lemon.
Lemon?
Yes, and I have Cameroon pepper.
Cameroon pepper. That's the yellow pepper you showed us earlier.
Yes, and it's just for it to be spicy.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes, so now I'm going to saute. And sauteing generally means putting it in hot oil.
Okay.
Yeah, for just few seconds.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm doing this is just to make the prawn juicy.
To make it juicy?
Yes.
Juicy?
Yes.
Really? That's an interesting word, to make it juicy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now, so while we're sauteing the prawns, we have to move over to the couch. Now, Mike is on the couch with Brother Shaggy.
All right, thank you very much, Titi. The kitchen is really warming up. And now we've got Samuel Perry Animashaun, who is a multi-talented Nigerian actor, comedian, and Instagram sensation who calls himself Nigeria's #1 fine boy Agbero. Now, his comedy skits on Instagram have made him a popular brand in the Nigerian comedy scene. He's more popularly known as Brother Shaggy. Did I pronounce that well?
Oh, no, you pronounce it well. With my general, Brother Shaggy.
It's great to have you.
With my general, thank you.
Before we start, Brother Shaggy, I just have, Brother Shaggy, please, can you say something about the missing 36 million naira?
The 36 million naira we disappear for Jamb office.
Yes, yes.
Oh, no. You know, the kind of song where they sing for all this song, we say, Elédùà gbà wá o, Elédùà. Elédùà gbà wá o, Elédùà. Gbà wá, Elédùmarè, Elédùà gbà wá. But Nigeria I don't feel just run away because I love my country, you understand?
Okay.
But as they say, snake don't swallow 30 million for Jamb office now. Whether now mosquito go swallow 100 million for WAEC office, common entrance office, all the money where they go soon miss. Make us save us all long.
It's great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank
it's
you.
great to have you. You know, now we've become used to the Brother Shaggy persona, you know. But then I know some things about you. I know that it didn't just come before Brother Shaggy. There were some other personas online and before all of that. Let's talk about that. Before you stumbled on, did you know that this was going to be the winning formula, the magic formula, and what were the other personas you already had before this one?
Okay, I actually didn't know this was going to come out well. This was going to be generally accepted. Well, I'm an actor, so what I do actually on Instagram is I create different characters. Like I started with Inspector Perry. I started while I was in Unilag. Okay. I started Inspector Perry. So Inspector Perry is just a policeman, a dumb policeman who is always going for missions and will never win, always failing. So I started with that, but I didn't get more followers, and I didn't think. I think
the response was
the response wasn't there.
Yeah.
People liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, people liked it. But I think what happened to Brother Shaggy is recognition. You get people, somebody recognized, okay, this is unique, this is different.
Is it because Brother Shaggy is more relatable than the other characters? What do you think? What do you think made Brother Shaggy the character that brought you out there?
Yes, I think that's it. I think Brother Shaggy is more relatable to the society, to the norm, to everyday man. And people get to remember home, to remember these because people face these things every day. Like it's normal Lagos, everyday today activities. So people see these guys, these Agbero guys, and people love them. Forget the fact that sometimes they can be troublesome, but they are funny. So people can relate to these situations easily.
Great. You mentioned Unilag, so you studied theatre arts?
I studied visual arts.
Visual arts, not theatre arts. And all of visual arts. What does it entail? As in you can actually paint and draw?
Things, yeah.
Are you really serious?
Yes,
you can actually do that?
Yes, I do that.
And you studied that for how 4 years?
4 years.
Just paint, you know. What does it? I mean, putting that together. But that's quite cool. That's quite something. So now, coming up on Instagram, how long had you been doing these skits before Brother Shaggy came?
Before Brother Shaggy, it's been 4 years.
Well,
yeah,
there you see.
We're
saying something much earlier now, before now.
Okay.
How long, it's not just something, people just sit and feel like, just pick up your phone and just do something like that. Let's talk pre and post Brother Shaggy character. How has life changed for you? Before the fame, before coming out, before everybody is seeing you like this, what was life before now, and how is life now?
Okay, basically, I've been living the life I was living before, but the recognition has been different because before, when I go out, I'm just myself, I'm just Sammy Perry. But now when I go out, Brother Shaggy, people, in fact, people buy food for me. Sometimes when I go to eatery to eat, people just buy, people send me credit worth of 20K, worth of 30K, and I'm like, who am I going to call? Into your loan. You get, so,
food for you.
Yes.
Like, just go to eatery like that, like, just buy food
exactly.
For you.
So I've seen that so many times. So it's been different, it's been lovely, it's been interesting, it's been nice, it's been encouraging actually. It gives me more joy to do more, it gives me more joy, it puts me on my feet actually to, yes.
Okay, let's talk about the challenges, of course, definitely, it's everywhere, but then challenges you faced up until this point, because a number of people think it's just going up on Instagram, just putting up 1 or 2 performances, and then you're quite originality, it sells, because a number of people also want to copy, they see something nice and okay, let me go for this trend. What do you have to say about that?
Start today or no. Start today. It's been rough. It's been sad at some point because I was almost giving up because I started this skit Akoni Ibadan. Yeah, it was funny, but the recognition, people didn't really. It's not like this. So I was like, oh my God, I've been doing this for many years and I can see my mates on Instagram. They are getting calls, they are getting followers, and I'm like, what's going on? For Christ's sake, what is going on? Okay, I'm tired of people saying, Omo, you get talent, Omo, you funny, die. I'm tired of that. I like to make people laugh. Yes, I've always liked that from school. Comedy is something I've always loved. But the fact that people I'm not getting followers, I hardly get 5 comments. Sometimes I hardly get 5 comments. And now this joy of when I post right now, when I post any Brother Shaggy skit, and I just put my phone like this, and I just start seeing comments, I just smiled, I just sleep.
On social media.
On social media, you understand? As I look at like this, I just say, oh my God, then I start praising God for it because...
Praising God. So let's say if you see Jesus now, you're talking about praising God. If you see Jesus in Mushin, Brother Shaggy, what will you do?
Hey, Jesus! Hey, Jesus, come with you. Jesus Christ, no. Jesus of Nazareth.
That's what.
Jesus, you know they go anywhere. You know since when you don't leave me. Now you can't go and you can't come show me. Oh no. Jesus, you go give me something before you go heaven. Oh no, all right, so they go together. I don't say, you don't prepare maybe like 2 duplets for me. Oh no, Jesus, someone enjoy. Jesus now. Oh no.
All right, wonderful, great. I like what you do. Final words for people out there, maybe people who want to, grow up with Instagram comedy and all of that. What advice can you give?
Yes. Thank you for that question. If you're out there and you love comedy, you love to act, just continue to do it. Continue. I got to know something that everything you post online, people are watching. All the celebrities are watching because they don't comment yet, because they don't say wow yet, doesn't mean they're not seeing you. The fact that you're online is a very big opportunity. Social media has done a very good help, a very good thing. Platform is a very good platform for everybody to showcase their talent. So just keep doing it. Keep at it.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. But then we have to head over to those guys. Now, you saw that table that was being set. We'll talk about that table, but then Titi and Yomi, of course, are at the table. They're going to show us the final piece and all of that. Titi, Yomi, let's see. What do you guys have out there?
Oh, wow. So
we have something really, really special here.
We have a romantic dinner for 2 already prepared by Chef Onyade.
So, Chef Onyade, just tell us what happened, how you put this amazing dish together.
Yeah, so the pasta is white. So what I did basically is just to boil the pasta.
Let's invite Shayo in. Shaggy in. Let me see. Okay, are you there?
All right, come on in.
Hey.
All right.
Well done.
Take a seat. Yeah, all for us. So go ahead, Chef.
I boiled the pasta.
This is not the
So I boiled the pasta in salt and oil water.
Okay.
Yeah, then the prawn dodo is just basically prawn, plantain, bell pepper. There's ginger and garlic in it.
Okay.
Basically that's all.
And
then pepper mix.
That pepper, I can smell it. Can you smell the spice?
It looks sumptuous.
It looks great. All right, so please go ahead and taste.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Go ahead and taste. So which fork are we using, Janet?
Well, we first have to take our napkins.
Take your napkin.
Napkin before we
All right. What's
Put it on your lap.
On your lap. Okay.
There you go.
Next.
Right. So then because this is the main meal and we're going right into it, so don't bother to take the outside. Take the bigger knife and the bigger fork.
The bigger knife and bigger fork. Right there.
What about the spoon? Spoon will show you. It's fast.
All the spaghetti is going to fall all over you.
The bigger one, not
the bigger one.
No, this one. Okay. All right, so let's taste the food as quickly as possible.
So let's dig right in.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. So we have a lot of shout outs to do. A big shout out to all our guests that came on the show.